Hello, everyone. A very warm welcome to Sunday, February 22nd, 2026. Today, we are going to explore a art journaling exercise on the lines of the compassionate circles by Dr. Paul Gilbert. And these are circles where we talk about what is existing for us currently, and we will get into a drawing exercise. So, while we center ourselves, I request you to just gather a few supplies that you have. If you have pen and paper, for this exercise, watercolors work very good. So, if you have watercolors, I would welcome you to use them. If not, just have any markers. And one thing that would help is if you want to just grab a cup, anything that you can make trace a circle with, that would be nice as well. We will have time to do that, so just wanted to start with that. Let's come to the present moment awareness. Thank you for being here. Let's be really grateful for this opportunity to practice some self-compassion with like-minded people, bringing the energy to a high. Whenever we come together, the power of the tribe is always there and takes us forward. So, thank you. Just take a few deep breaths. Feel free to do any action. I feel like stretching out my arms wide. Okay. So usually what happens is we are in three kind of modes. Either we are in the mode where we feel like a victim. There are too many threats. There are too many things happening to us. And we are just in that mode where we are overwhelmed, we have anxiety, and we are just feeling burdened. That's the mode that is called like a threat system. So, Dr. Paul Gilbert is a British psychologist and he founded the compassion focused therapy. I'm just taking a slight inspiration from the model. And the first, so there are three circles that are made, sort of like a Venn diagram in this exercise, which we will be doing shortly. But just to explain a little bit, so the first circle that is the threat circle is things that happen which feel like we are in the victim mode. We are being constantly bombarded with, say, demands or things that we have to do, not necessarily things that we want to do, but we are in that system where constantly just to survive, there is so much to be done. This brings overwhelm, this brings anxiety, and a lot of us spend a lot of time in this circle. The next circle he talks about is a drive system or a drive circle, things that drive you, providing for your family, reaching your personal goals, making sure your whatever you think is your duty, you fulfill that, and that drives you. So it could be just showing up, relationships, and it could be passion, like for example, for me, art, right? So that's the second kind of circle. But sometimes that also gets into this cycle of we have to do these things. I'm not showing up for myself. I'm not showing up for my family, right? So, and sometimes it can be really very, very like driving force that propels you forward. Nothing wrong with any of these circles, but we are just exploring what this means and recognizing are we ever in any of these circles. Chances are you would have experienced all three. This third circle that I'm coming to is called the soothing circle. And this circle is where rest, rejuvenation, self compassion, kindness, and unburden lives. And we have to just make sure that we are in balance with these three circles in our life. Okay. So theory only goes so much. So what I'm going to do is move on quickly to what we will be doing. So I'll just play some music while you can make sure you have a cup, okay? Anything that you can draw a circle with. Obviously, it cannot be bigger than your page. So just whatever paper you have, just make sure that you can have a circular, something that you can trace. It could be a lid, right? It could be a lid, could be anything that's a circle that you can trace. We'll be tracing 3 circles, sort of like a Venn diagram, and I will continue talking about what I was just saying about these circles and them being in balance. So make sure you have paper, make sure you have a cup, and make sure you have either a pen or preferably a pencil. And whatever colors you have, if you have watercolors for this exercise, excellent. Otherwise, some markers, even crayons, anything that you have is good. And we will also be journaling a little bit. So on your paper, you can make the circles on one side and leave a little bit of space on the other side so that we can write about the circles in a bit when we are done. All right, so with that, take your time. I'm just going to start setting up my camera and see that you're able to see my second camera. As always, it's going to be, everything is just done with ease. There are no wrong or right lines. There are no wrong or right ways of doing this. Okay. So I have a cup here and I have a pencil and a pen, paper. And what I'm going to draw is a circle. So if you have one, you can get started and just trace a circle. Now I'm going to move ahead and trace another circle, just like a Venn diagram. Okay, these are intersecting circles. And then the third circle is also the intersecting circle. While this is not therapy at all, but this is a exercise in self-compassion and mindfulness, and the inspiration is just by the compassion focused therapy. So that's why you see the term. So these are the 3 circles. So one of them, and we can write it down. One of them is going to be the threat circle. The other one is going to be the drive circle. And the last one is going to be the soothe circle. All right, so soothing circle, or let's make it the soothing circle. All right, okay, you with me? Yeah. At any point, if you have any questions, you can post them in chat. All right, I'm gonna put this my knife. So these are my colors. All right, so give me a thumbs up on the chat if you have a pen and paper and you have traced 3 cups, 3 circles. Okay, I have no idea why this is not going perfect. All right, much better. Okay, thank you, Puneet. And take your time if you can arrive at any time. So as I was saying, the 3 circles, the threat circle is when we feel like a victim in life, when we feel like there is so much happening to us that we are constantly in that flight or fight mode. We have to be like really in that mode where we are constantly getting demands and we are getting exhausted by it. So I'm going to grab you can use your intuition. Think about whatever it is that you want to, color. I'm going to say take a orange color and can make marks. So these are like jagged marks for me. Feel free to do whatever. So when you feel threatened, and we're going to leave some space in the middle so we can write something. Okay. So these are brush pens. They look like markers, but these are actually, they have a fine tip and a brush tip. Okay. So I'm just doing things that overburden you, things that you don't necessarily want to do, but you feel like you have to. And that makes you stressed, that makes you, anxious, all of those things, all the things that you're forced to do. Sort of like, survival mode, you have to do this. Okay? And then you have and just a tiny bit of, I forgot to say, if you have brush pens, then you can grab some tiny bit of water. They can spread like this. And another kind also that works. Pardon me, we have a lot of stuff going on. Okay. So you may have a simple brush or another kind of brush pens, or just watercolors without having brush pens. And you can spread this. Think about all the things in your life that are really causing so much stress, so much things like, I have to do this. There is no way. There is no escape. Just recognizing their existence. I see you. I see you. There must be some purpose for you as well. So I see you and I acknowledge you. Okay? So this is the thread. I'm in the survival mode here. I have to survive. I'm just acknowledging that, yes, you exist. Right? Now let's move on to the next mode and choose your own colors. There is nothing right or wrong about anything. Then the second thing, what is driving you? So you can you go abstract, or you can draw like a plant. Like, these are things that also help you grow. The things that drive you are the things that are telling you, yes, I want to achieve my dreams, do these things. I want to, be in that mode where I have a target and I work hard to achieve that target. So think of what is coming to you. I thought I wanted to see like maybe some leaves, like I'm growing also here. This is not the rest mode. This is the mode where you have a whole thing that you can achieve things. Right? And go completely abstract. You can achieve heights. It could be like spikes. It could be connection. All of these are connected. And then for me, yellow is a very happy, soothing color. So if this is about passion, if this is about accomplishing my goals of the art or any of my tasks, when you achieve any task, how does that make us feel? It makes us feel very happy. I did it. Could be a small task, could be a big task. But that feeling of achievement, the things that drive us, right? So just some water again. We're just trying to soothe it out. It will probably work better without the brush pens if you had the actual watercolor. Try whichever thing is working for you. Mute yourself. Okay. Right. So this is the dry circle. Think of things that there is a reason you will get up in the morning. Maybe you want to, run a marathon. Maybe you want to do something else with your friends. Maybe you want to start singing, right? So whatever it is that you want to do, and how does it drive you? How does it drive your day? How does it make you feel? How does it um, show up and helps you show up? So that's the things that drive you. So threat is also important, drive is also important, but what's also important is the rest period, the reassuring period. For this, I like the color purple. I find lavender, purple very soothing. You can use any colors. I'm just making lines. And these circles are kind of intersecting, so the lines can go anywhere you like. You can draw things or you can leave them abstract. Again, for me, yellow showing up. Feel free to use any colors, right? You made something you don't like, you want to draw the three circles again, you want to restart. Just listen to whatever is showing up right now and honor that. These are arts from the heart. They are not something that we have to show it to someone. These are totally done for our own unburdening, for our own balance. And you can do whatever feels good. If you just had a pen and you wanted to just use the pen, you could just, draw things out with the pen also. The reason we use art is you're listening to me, so your ears are engaged. You're listening to the music as well. You see what you are doing and what I'm doing, so your eyes are engaged. You're using your hand to do this, right? So you are touching the paper, the pen, the colors. And chances are that you cannot be thinking about 10 other things while 3 of your senses are engaged here. This is a moment we just acknowledge all of these things that always are existing, or we are simultaneously going from one mode to the other. If you are, say, for example, on the road and you're trying to cross the road, right? Then you have to look out for anything that may be a danger. You have to be in that mode where you're ready to survive. If by accident something happens, your full awareness is there and you're able to protect yourself and your loved ones in that moment. So that's the threat. But are we living more and more into the threat moment, even though we don't have to? That's what we are acknowledging here. The second one is the drive. We may be very, very passionate about things and we may want to achieve something. Now, for example, if you're giving a competitive exam, if you are in that study mode, you have your exams, you have to have that drive. You have to forego sometimes your sleep, your food habits have to change, and everything has to be in alignment with what you're trying to achieve. But can we live our entire life in that mode? Can we be driven all the time? Well, we'll burn out, right? It's not possible to be in that mood always. Going to be very taxing if we are constantly just trying to achieve, consume, right? So that brings us to the third one, which is the soothing. An example of that soothing is what we are doing currently. You showed up for yourself, right? You showed up for a exercise in self-compassion. You showed up to restore that balance. Soothing is anything that gets you out of that victim mentality. Things are happening to me and I'm a victim. The drive mentality, things are happening by me and I'm the doer. I have to do everything. To the realization that things are happening. When you are exhausted, you go to sleep and you wake up and your day begins. The world was functioning in between that time as well. Everything is not happening because we are actively doing it, right? So to realize that we are being taken care of, that we are just part of the whole, that realization itself is very soothing. That realization brings us back to the awareness that everything just is. And while we are on this planet, all these modes will be there. That's how things are. Survival is needed. Threats are to be taken care of. Drive is needed. If there were no compassionate people, say in the Gurdwara, giving, showing up for langar, so many people will go hungry, or anywhere for that matter. Drive is needed. Things won't happen at all if we just give up everything. But at the same time, recognizing that all of these circles actually are together. And in the center, and I'll try to color that red. If I had golden, I'll probably do that, but red because it's the heart that I'm making. At the center of it all is that heart. So let's come back to that. At the heart of it is the breath. Right? And the breath is the way to instantly be soothed, to instantly know that you are being breathed, right? We don't, we are not aware of every breath that we are taking while we're in the threat mode, while we're in the drive mode. Also, while we are in the soothing mode, if you are sleeping, which is very important, you're not really aware who's breathing for you. Breath is just happening. So to recognize that, to recognize the existence of all three of these circles is to bring them into balance. And then we recognize that at the heart of it all, at the heart of these three circles, is actually the heart, the love, the universal love, which keeps everything going. At this point, I invite you, if you feel like, recognize what is present for you in these circles currently. What are some of the things that you feel? So it could be anxiety, overwhelm with all the tasks that may be there, the survival mode, maybe some pain we're having, so we have to manage that. Those things exist, and we just acknowledge them. Any other thing that is coming to mind? These are the things we manage. We just acknowledge that everything that happens is for our own growth. It challenges us in ways, and we just going to, we're just going to acknowledge that. There is a purpose here as well. As long as you're not getting carried away, as long as we know that we are not only living in that victim mode all the time, right? Just acknowledge it. So the threat circle is available to us, as also is the drive circle, is also available to us. That's our functional circle. That's our goals. You want to manifest something, you have some goals, you want to achieve them, right? The tasks that you have to accomplish. So all the accomplishments, right? These are the things that drive us, right? Also, if you want to, show up for your loved ones, so relationships, showing up. These are the things that drive us to do things, and that's important. But the thing to notice here are we pouring from an empty cup? Just notice that. Are we pouring for an empty cup? Are we being that vessel which is empty but just, overstretching? That is again going to lead us back to this anxiety and overwhelm. So while we acknowledge the drive mode, just see where it's coming from. I invite you to journal anything that's coming, any insight. What's driving you? And are you taking adequate care that you're not overstretched, that you're not overburdened in your duties, in your to-do lists, in your goals? And the third circle is the soothing circle. Is it out of balance for you? Are you doing enough here in this circle? This is your most inner core circle. Nobody else is going to come and tell you to meditate, to unburden yourself, right? Unburden is a book by Nitya Shanti, which is amazing, and I highly recommend it. And I like that term. So the unburdening is very soothing. And then rest and digest. Are we eating right? Are we resting right? Kindness. Are we practicing kindness in our life? When we practice kindness towards ourselves and others, it automatically soothes us. So make sure whatever we are saying, even if it's for somebody you love and you think that they should be doing this thing, in so directing, are we being kind? Just notice that. So while there is care, the care is going to be self-care as well as care for your loved ones, your family, your friends. And just coming from a place of wholeness, just coming from a place where you are rested, where you are restored. So these three circles, how balanced are we in these three circles of our life? I welcome you to journal any activities, any insights that are arising for you. Any clarity that is emerging. And now I just want you to be at this point just acknowledging all the three circles that comprise the entire tapestry of our life. The threats or the survival mode that has to be on sometimes, that also exists, that drive things that help us channel our energies into the goals that we want to achieve, and the balance of rest, rejuvenation, laughter, filling up our buckets. You can't give what you don't have. So let's fill our heart with love and compassion towards ourselves. And then let's focus on the center. I drew a heart here. This is the part that the three circles are merging or meeting, and this is the heart. So let's come to I would like to call it the present moment. At present, since we see the existence of all these three circles in our life and we acknowledge them, we have a chance to come here at the center, which is the now. And in this moment, as you sit here, chances are that you are in your life at the center of these three circles. You're not fully into threat circle or drive circle or soothing circle. You are the awareness. You are in the present. You are in the now. And let's just take a few breaths here. Fully take a breath. Just notice it from the beginning to end. Recognizing that breath is just happening. This beautiful breath, which keeps us alive, is a gift that happens by itself. Just acknowledging it, acknowledging the present moment, and acknowledging what a gift it is to be alive, to be here, to experience all these experiences. Sort of looking at it fully. and then letting go. Thank you. Thank you to the universe. Thank you to this breath which happens by itself. There is no past bothering us right now. There's no future worrying us right now. It's just the present moment. Dwell here for a few more breaths. And then, whenever you're ready, you can come back. Let this energy stay with you and guide you to arrive at some clarity today. Whenever you see this art that you created, may that remind you to notice the circles and to see if you need balancing in any of these areas, and just arriving in the center, feeling compassionate for self and others, and breathing in that love, and breathing out all worries, doubts, anxiety, to-do lists, all the burdens, and just soothe your whole system. Feeling grateful for all the things that you do, all the things that happen, all the wonderful opportunities that show up, all the lovely people around you, the beautiful nature around you, your children and pets, anything and everything that brings joy. Just acknowledge all the goodness. I hope that experience stays with us and helps us balance. Thank you so much, and feel complete, and would like to hear if any of you would like to share your art or your experience.
Thank you, Shubhra. That's very nice feeling. What I found was then the two circles, the drive circle and the soothing circle, where they intersected, I put art and gardening there
Mm-hmm.
in the intersected area. And I realized that is something that drives me as well as it gives me, it soothes me, you know. And
Beautiful.
what I felt was gratitude, a lot of gratitude for that. and the compassion. I connected the heart with all of this and said, yeah, I have to really be grateful that I have these two passions in life.
Yes.
So the whole experience gave me, whole exercise gave me a very nice feeling. Thank you very
Thank you,
much.
Devi. Coming from such a great artist from you, it means a lot. Thank you.
Very great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Anyone else, if you would like to share or show your art?
Thanks, Shubhra.
And Manisha?
Hello. Yeah. It gave me an
Hi.
insight and so much of gratitude that I am in a state where I am quite balanced, and there's so much I have achieved in
Mhm.
spite of all the blessings that came my way. Very, very grateful. So actually, today gave me a lot of clarity into a lot of things which I'm going to sit now and sit and journal. You know how I love journaling.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I'm
This
going to
is
pour my heart into it. Thank you for giving me this, experience of the three circles,
yeah.
which I've never really, it's like it's going to help me dig deeper and, be more grateful. Thank you.
Thank you, Manisha. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, it's a good start if you want to right now sit and, journal
Yeah.
some clarity.
Yes, yes. My night reflections. Thank you.
Yes.
You've given me something to think about.
Thank you, Manisha. You're most welcome.
Ji, us
Hello.
in present. Thank you, Shubhra ji.
Thank you, Randaji. How was your experience?
Yeah, bringing me in the present because all I was bogged down by to do things and the survival and roti kapda makan and all that. So all those subsided and I'm in the present and it's the most beautiful thing to live in the present.
Yes.
And thank you, I could do some art. So bringing some new insights. My hands, my fingers were all frozen. I didn't know how to paint. I thought I would not been able to paint. But the minute you started seeing my fingers were also flowing. My hand was moving so well. See, I can show you.
Oh, yeah, please.
Almost I
And
copied it.
I'm gonna add 1 second.
Thank you so much.
Can you just
You could see.
show me one time? I was just adding you. Yes, yes, I see it. Thank you
Thank you
for
so much.
sharing. Thank you. Beautiful. Thank
Thank
you so
you.
much.
God bless you. Take care.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Our art will remind us to come to this clarity, I hope. So if you journal and you put it in, if you have an art journal, it's a good idea to do. We'll be over the weeks, we have Sunday sessions, so we will be doing a lot of these different activities where you have opportunity to maintain your journal and write or to draw and then to come back whenever. you know. So thank you so much. Anyone else, if you want to say something, most welcome to say. For me, also, it felt very soothing and very nice, a way to arrive using more of my senses to the same thing that we want to always be mindful, but this was mindful with being kind to ourselves. So in the beginning, we were just talking about the artist way that we are having a session on artist way. We had 5 sessions so far, and we have 8 more remaining. So any of you who is just hearing about this, these are free sessions, and it's about half an hour session, and we do an art activity, and we read from the famous book by Julia Cameron, The Artist Way. If you are interested, there is a form you can fill up, and I can send you all the previous recordings, and you can join us. This is going to be on Thursdays at 9 p.m. for people in the US East Coast. And for India, it's going to be, I think, in the evening, in the early morning on Friday. So we can share more details on it if you are interested. That's another way of doing some art exercises along with reflections on, where our life is, where we want to go, and what we want to achieve. So, all right. Thank you so much for being here. And yeah, is that Pooja? Who's it? Sorry. I... You can unmute yourself. I can't really see which one. Yeah, I missed. There's some comment in the chat. Dr. Jeshi says, thank you so much. That was lovely and interesting. All right, Pooja wanted a quick recap. Pooja, we just took inspiration from Dr. Gilbert, Paul Gilbert, who is a British psychologist, and he came up with this compassion focused therapy. And while what we did is not actually therapy, I just used as inspiration to draw three circles like a Venn diagram. So just to sum up, we had the threat circle, which is the things that overwhelm us and we feel in the survival mode, and we get into the mode where we have a lot of anxiety. And these are things that happen, but they lead us to be feeling like a victim, like things are happening to us. The second one is the drive circle, which is our goals, our accomplishment, things that drive us, like even relationships, like providing for my family, and our interests, like I want to create art. Depending on which stage of life we are, these are the things that drive us. And these are good things also, but at the same time, we have to see if we are pouring from an empty cup or are we really able to, give it our full attention without being depleted completely. So for that, the third circle talks about soothing things, and soothing circle, which is rest, rejuvenation, meditation, going within and acknowledging that everything is happening. So the first circle is things are happening to me, the victim mode. The second circle is I am the doer, I have to do so many things. And the third one is just acknowledging that things happen, things are happening. Like I'm being breathed, there is so much happens when I go to sleep. I don't carry the whole burden of the world, even my inner world. It's all just exist. And with that, in the Venn diagram, we went to the center and drew a heart there. And we dwelled there with our breath awareness, knowing that we are being breathed, we are being taken care of. There is a bigger force, whether you call it God, universe. There is a system that we are a part of, and we acknowledge all the three and we try to see if we are out of balance in any of these three circles. And if so, with compassion, we come back to the center, which is the drift of the presence of now. So I hope that summarizes it for you since you joined late. So that's it. I'm feeling complete. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining, and we will see you next week. And if you want to be the part of the Artist Way, see the Vision WhatsApp group. There'll be a link there, and you can join. And you can catch up for the whole month of March because we'll be coming back in April and restart, and we'll do the. So Julia Cameron's book has 12 chapters, 12 weeks, and we have done 4, so we'll be doing the remaining 8. So the majority is still there, and you have an opportunity to catch up and these are just half an hour. So see if that brings in your life that creativity that you're looking for, that balance that you're looking for, that drive that you're maybe missing, and at the same time being soothing and fulfilling. All right. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Shubhra. That was really nice.
Thank you. All right.